Team no sleep. We up all night. Isn't that what our jingles say? It's just what we
Pretty
do.
much.
What's happening? Now you didn't even say nothing when you came online and you saw me in the back rocking the.
Oh, I saw it. I see you,
Okay,
man. I
well,
see you looking
you know,
sharp. I was like, man, you got the hat on. Some of the merchandise from our nonprofit is
yes, sir.
SDNFNL. So I appreciate that.
I'm trying to represent all of California, even though we all underwater right now because we got these storms happening. Good, goody goo, brother. Listen,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's raining out here on the West Coast. So
yeah,
and in the Midwest, I mean that kind of gonna kick off our new story with the bad weather.
yeah,
But I mean, yeah, everybody's please stay warm.
man.
Again, checking up on those loved ones. Be careful out there in them streets while you're driving, slipping and sliding everywhere. You can try to avoid those accidents, and we pray for everybody to get home safe.
For real, for real. Listen, I was just talking to my son. We'll get into the stories. I appreciate y'all for jumping in. He was just talking about heat. His apartment complex. I'm gonna put his business out there. They don't have any heat in there right now, so he's got
Woo.
maintenance request in to get the heat going. And he in Oregon. You know how it's
Mhm.
cold out there. Lord have
Wet,
mercy.
cold and wet. Yeah, yeah. That's when you gotta have them electric blankets on point, right? That's when you
I
need that
told
electric
him.
blanket on.
I said, don't pay the rent. Just don't pay the rent for me. But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, brother Stark. We see you. Appreciate you for being here, brother. Um, Listen, man, we got a thing. We got a whole lot to talk about. We got a whole lot to talk about. We got some exciting things happening with this show and with the channel. Super Bowl was again. We're gonna just keep talking about it. Super Bowl was off the chain for us in terms of the connections to the networks. We got some folks that's probably gonna be coming on a regular, recurring basis. I'm not gonna put it out there just yet, but the co-host has agreed to come on regularly. So she will will
Yeah,
probably be
yeah,
with us in the next couple of weeks. So just gonna drop that
yeah,
out there. So tell all your friends, tell folks, come on, you better subscribe. What
yeah.
is it? Like, subscribe, and follow all that thing.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her in for the big trial run. She's gonna have her debut hopefully next week and come in and then I mean just puts us in a gives us a different perspective the way we
Yeah.
look at things. Obviously, we met her. We met her at the All Star game. She said that she has a really good demeanor, very good character, very good person all around from what we can
Yeah.
see, and we think she'll be perfect for the show to give that third eye that we need when we talk
Mm.
about some of the stories we talk about.
You know what I'm saying? To pull you back from the ledge, because every now and then Montell Allen just act like he got some things on his mind. So it's gonna be
Uh,
dope though. I'm excited. I know you're excited too. We've been texting back and forth,
yeah,
and hopefully I don't know if she's watching or not, but I'm gonna send her this clip right here to let her know that we were talking goodness about her. So that's
absolutely,
that's gonna be dope. Cast ahead. We
absolutely.
see you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
See folks
Shout out to my
coming in as
boy
well.
Big Al and his girl Sydney in Oceanside. I know they're watching. Big shout out to
Okay.
them.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah.
gonna you gonna act like you got some sense today. Not that you got some family and friends watching. You gonna
No, man,
okay talk
I'm
with big
I'm
words
I'm
tonight.
I'm me. I'm me every day, every second. I'm just me.
Yeah,
So I'll throw my opinions out there, whether you like it or not. I'll throw my suggestions, whether people like it or not, and we'll
I love
rock
it.
with it.
I
I'm
love
always
it.
open for debate because I can learn.
We're gonna debate some things tonight. We're gonna debate some things, and we're gonna get right into it. Dad, I see you. Appreciate you for joining here, sir. So that means we are officially gonna go and get this going. We're gonna start with some unfortunate news, but we got to talk about it because it is something that has happened that has affected not just me, not just Montell,
Hmm.
not just our community, but I think everyone globally. And we mourn the passing of the Reverend Doctor Jesse Jackson. He was a doctor. Yeah, he was a doctor or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah,
I forgot what,
yeah.
but Reverend Jesse Jackson, man, 84 years old. The man ran for president twice. Had a he got close one time. And that would have been a trip to have Jesse Jackson up there. But man, he did so much good globally. And again, not just for people of color, but I mean for people, period. Huge
Hmm.
advocate for the United States, is huge advocate for civil rights, and that man stood the test of time. I know a lot of folks in my industry that have actually had interactions with him. Right, I've
Hmm.
either have taken pictures with him, had done an interview with him, sat down and all, and said everything that we've seen in the news and all over the place. That yeah, he was really that kind of uh, gentleman. Uh, going to be
Yeah.
sorely missed. Going to be sorely
I
missed.
I seen a story on him today. I forgot the lady's name, and I meant to write it down, and I didn't. I was in the go, but it was an Asian young man that was murdered in Detroit.
Mm,
Was murdered in Detroit. You know, was going to get swept under the rug like we know it does. And it happens in our communities all the time. He was beaten to death by some people, racial incident, and Jesse Jackson flew there
okay.
to advocate for the mom and for the law, not of a black person, not of a brown person, but of an Asian person. Something that wasn't even, I don't even think even if it's nobody on the radar. But the one thing I took away from it, he fought for injustice for people of color, period, across the whole spectrum.
Yeah,
It wasn't just black. Well, people will paint that picture that it was just fighting for blacks. He fought for everybody, and that's a true testament of his character, man. I mean, he'll be sorely missed. His ways are sorely missed. Will be sorely missed. The impact he had, people don't talk about it as much, but he had a huge impact on everyone. He had a huge impact on the way laws and things are shaped today, as of
true.
today, with his activism. So, I just people hope they just pay some respect. It's just not another old black icon died like some of the young people that don't know about him. Please read an article or story about Jesse Jackson, what he did for our culture and our community, and how he helped push just a step forward instead of pushing us steps back.
Exactly what he said right there. I always remember, and I've seen him speak many a times, read books and things like that. But just the images of Jesse Jackson at the Obama inauguration, because he was tearful, he was crying, he was out there in the audience, and that still just has always stuck with me. Just to see that's a sign. That was a sign of pride, right? A sign of just true happiness. Because yeah, Jesse didn't make it, but we have made it to that state and to that location. It was that was just a real dope thing that just has always resonated with me. I would just say that.
Yeah, I think that's a t- very wonderful soul.
Yeah,
That's the way best way I could put it.
yeah.
You know,
I see over there 67 locking. Oh man, you gonna make me mess up your name, but I see him. But yeah, hey, we're gonna put everything up here on the screen. Remember the wild things he was saying about Obama? He was saying it for a minute. He was.
yeah, but I
It
mean,
is true. So he was
yeah,
saying some things, but I was talking about
yeah.
that one moment in time. I
Well, we
appreciate you.
can't.
Appreciate.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think we. But I don't think we can judge his full spectrum of character
No,
on
no,
that. I
you
mean,
can't. That one moment,
two
no.
people with disagreement. Period. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a moment of disagreement, a moment of whatever it may be, angry. I'm sure Jesse was jealous of
Oh
Obama.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Obviously, Obama became the first president. Sure, there was some form of jealousy, especially from some. They're both from the Chicago area, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but I mean, Jesse to me, and I wasn't a big fan of Jesse in the beginning, but until I started to like read a little bit about his whole legacy, he done some really powerful things in this world
Mm-hmm.
to try to help us out. I mean, he was a disagreement with Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan, at
Mm-hmm.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things, but able to push forward. And again, I think he was a person that helped push our culture forward rather than backwards. He never set us back. He always pushed us forward, whether what he was agreeing with another black leader or not. At least I think his premise was always to push us forward as a whole people. And I'm not talking about people of color. I'm not just talking people, black people. I'm talking people of color in general, all the way across the board. Because
Agree.
he's been in rallies for Latino Americans. He's been in rallies for Asian Americans. He's led rallies for Black Americans, and he's led coalitions that combined all three. I think he's been a big power force in the leadership in that role, and we need to pay respect. You know,
There
period.
you go.
He's our elder. He's a person that's been a leader. We need to pay respect. I think I wish looking online today and looking things. I wish some of these influencers, athletes, and all them would pay respect as well. I don't. We don't need. We don't need everything. Just give the man his roses, like we do.
Yeah. That's
Like we
it.
do. Especially, and I was looking for one particular person that I don't have like no more that we saw at the Super Bowl. I was waiting for him to tweet something.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't see. I didn't see. I
You
didn't
know
see
what?
anything from him.
You're right.
I'm
Now that you
dead
think
serious.
about it, yeah, old boy did have some engagements with the Reverend, and you would have thought there would have been. Oh, you know what? Okay, we're not gonna do that. But
I'm just
uh,
pointing it out. I mean, I just don't understand.
we
I don't understand. I
mm,
really don't understand a person like of that magnitude of Jesse and his. At one point, he was one of the most powerful African American men in this country. And we can't sit back and give him his roses for what he did.
Yeah.
And to me, the kids, it just pisses me off about the kids. You can give roses to uh, um, uh, Young World or whoever or any of these rappers that pass away. They'll pay homage all day, every day, online in every which way they possibly can. But you can't go back and do the history of a couple of decades and
Wow.
pay homage to somebody that really opened the door for us. For those people to have these rap careers or entertaining careers, we can't just collectively as a people just pay homage to them and say, RIP, or we really want to talk about you,
There
or
was no
we
harm
want to
in
hold
that.
you in mind. There's no harm in that,
There was
man. There's
no
no harm.
harm in giving someone their flowers.
Well, for me, it's like, why can't we acknowledge our history? People that
Mm,
were promising in our world, in our growth
truth.
of people. How come we can't pay homage to them? We'll pay homage all day to a rapper. I love Tupac to death. I was even want to say, man, when he passed away, his decade a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, I was like, damn, it's sad that we're there. But I seen all these posts.
Yeah.
I look there now on these same posts today, and I see maybe 1/10 of what they were saying about Tupac about Mr. Jackson.
We
Just
need to
don't
get
make
our
that doesn't make any
priorities
sense.
together. That's for sure. I just want to acknowledge folks that's coming through. Cody, we see you, man. Doug, Mr. Lehman, definitely see you. Appreciate you. Miss Reading Book said that he's seen Jesse at a rally. And, when people are gone, they're gone. It'd be
Hmm.
nice to give folks their flowers while they're here. And if they did more good than bad, if they did some good, is you need to recognize those folks. And that's just kind of what me and Montell is saying, man. So, um, we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna after this night's show. I'm gonna do some research and see if old boy that we talking about
I didn't
undercover.
see anything.
He
If
may
he
be at the
did, I didn't
service. How
see it.
about that? Let's be optimistic and let's just say old boy gonna be at the service. The only person that knows outside of us, I told Marvin. He's in the I told
Yeah.
Marvin who we talk about. So he knows. Hey Marvin, do some research and find out if old boy did the right thing. Okay. Um, Listen, we both in California too. I know things are happening all over the globe and all over the planet, but this is too close to home for me as well. Because I was actually supposed to be having lunch today with one of the fire chiefs,
Mhm.
the fire chief for El Dorado County, and he said, James, I can't go because we dealing with this. We dealing with this avalanche and the snowstorms up in the mountains, and the fact that we've lost 8 people. Uh, Many are missing. Some are being rescued. The fact that this is happening right now, this weather is no joke.
Yeah.
This when you go over past Truckee for folks that know upper part of the Sierra Nevadas up here from California to Nevada, it's completely shut down. If you're not used to driving with chains on, if you're not used to driving at 5 miles an hour on a 65-mile-an-hour freeway because it is whiteout conditions, that's what we're dealing with. We're getting rain, we're getting snow, we're getting hail, sleet. Last night here in my neighborhood, it was hailing last night. I
Mhm.
said, Lord. So this is unfortunate that we got this here, man. God,
Yeah.
this is real close to me because again, I've got folks that are dealing with the rescue efforts, and again, this
Mhm.
is an hour away from me.
Yeah, I think first of all, my prayers and condolences go out to the families and the victims that were affected. Um, just a sad situation. People just trying to have fun, enjoy the. Now that we finally got some snow, some real
Yeah,
snow, and some real powder. Unfortunately, they were caught in this accident. That's sad, and I think it involves us. So like everyone thinks this is, social impact of sports. Well, whether you want to like believe it or not, what they were doing was some type of sport. It was just a recreation they were doing at the
yeah,
time, and this is involved in some people's lives that were really just trying to, I think, have fun, go out there and snowboard and ski, enjoy family and friends for a weekend and some fresh powder. If anybody's ever been skiing, I'm no. But they say brothers don't ski and snowboard. Well, I'm one of the ones that snowboard.
I like to
So,
pretend too.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah, man, that's no.
yeah,
I love getting up on that snowboard and getting going down there, man. Especially when it gets going, I think it's something everyone I believe should try at some point in their life. Um, but yeah, man, it's just sad that someone has to lose their life when they're just out there trying to have some fun and enjoy a day skiing with family and
yeah,
friends and partners, and then something like this happen. I think if there is a silver lining or there's a lesson to be learned, we all just got to be careful,
definitely,
and be aware of your
definitely.
surroundings and what's going on. And I don't know if there was a warning. I haven't seen the full details. I've only seen the after effect details that this happened. I don't know if there was a warning that there was an avalanche coming and they didn't get out the way, or there wasn't enough time. I don't know what the deal is, but I hope if there was a warning, I hope they were in pursuit trying to get out of the way and get
Yeah.
to some type of shelter.
Yeah.
But this is just unfortunate, man. And again, man, it happens to happen in California. We got so many bad things happening and going on,
Right.
which is
Listen,
tough.
this was at. I've been to Castle Peak. That's why again
Yeah,
this
me too.
this
Yeah, yeah.
resonates with me so much,
Mhm.
right? I've been to this location with family and also with my son as a Boy Scout. So I know this area, and for these 15 skiers to go up there and then mess around, 8 of them don't make it back. That's a
Yeah.
call. That's a call I don't want to have made or make.
Yep.
So yeah, we praying for them, hoping that they find the remaining folks that are up there stuck in the
Yeah. I
snow.
know
And
there was one they still haven't
mm,
found, right? One body that they haven't found, but they presume is dead.
yeah,
I think. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, think about it, James. That could be our kids going on a
exactly
trip with their friends.
right.
Could be
That's
going on a
that's
trip with their
not far
friends,
from
and
a possibility as well.
yeah,
So
not at all. So I think people need to understand. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure this all takes care. But it's crazy, man. I mean, I don't just don't people don't understand how close it is to one to home and how this could have happened to anybody, anywhere, anytime. And I always think it could have been my kid, being going up there with their friends, just going for a day to go skiing, and then they're not coming home anymore. Or now and people are stuck on both sides. People can't get home on the Tahoe side, and people just trying to come
yes,
home from California can't get because the road is particularly shut down. Not only shut down just the snow and the weather conditions, but now it's shut down because it's a crime scene because of the avalanche on those folks. So, man, just be careful. Please be careful, everyone out there.
all right. So I mean, I'm gonna tail off of what you just said, and I'm gonna go into this next story. And folks, if you got any comments or anything, definitely put them in the comments there, and we'll put them on the screen, and we'll talk about it. Be careful. Go out there while you're doing something, having fun. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's baseball, football, if it's skiing, if it's hockey, right? Shouts out to our East Coast brethren that are out there because they got that good weather and what they know they play hockey. But you go play hockey with your team, you don't expect to run into a situation where somebody in the audience, somebody in the stands is going to have a targeted attack at a hockey game against people that are there in the stands. Situation happened here a couple of days ago. Rhode Island ice rink shooting victims were confirmed to be the shooter's family, shooter's ex-wife and son.
Mhm.
Robert Dorgan, daughter, says the family was specifically targeted by the shooter that left his ex-wife and son dead. That's the story right there. It's not even a part of the story that the fact that Robert Dorgan is trans and goes by Roberta Esposito. That's a whole. That's another aspect of the story that's being brought up in the news and all of that. I don't care about that piece,
No.
right? Because I don't think that's necessarily relevant to the core thing. That's almost like the symptom instead of what's actually disease. This person went to a family sporting fun event and decided that he was going to take the lives of at least 2 people. And he did that. And even after taking those lives, he kept shooting other people at the match.
Hmm.
When the police arrived rather quickly because somebody was there at the match and said, "Hey, something looked like it's about to jump off route." So you got folks that are watching. The shooter actually took his own life. So
Yeah.
again, you and I said I wanted to tail off of what you said. Be careful when you go to these events, man. You come on. How do you prepare yourself that your father or your ex-husband is going to come to a game, an event where you chilling and aim specifically for you?
I,
You can't prepare for that.
I think, man, first it's a sad situation.
This is horrible, brother. This is
This is
horrible.
this is murder. Again, the place is supposed to be a sanctuary, right? Kids, teens playing soccer in an arena,
Youth.
or stop playing
This
hockey.
is
Excuse
youth too.
Yeah, playing hockey in the arena, trying to enjoy themselves, being competitive, developing themselves, and then a person fed out of jealous rage or whatever rage he was going through goes in there, targets two individuals, and starts shooting the place up, and I believe killing two. And then he killed himself. So three people died.
Hmm.
Why? Why? At what point? And don't tell me the mental health. I'm tired of the mental health thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's get over
No,
that. Come on, let's not leave
you
that.
was
That's not a
healthy enough to
scapegoat
load.
anymore.
Yeah, you was healthy enough to go search him down. You was healthy enough to load the gun. You was healthy enough to go inside the stadium. You was healthy enough to sit down, scope where they out, and you was healthy enough to pull the gun out, and you was healthy enough to pull the trigger. So you should be healthy enough to deal with the damn consequences. Um, Bottom line, man, dude just broke all code, and it's hard. I mean, he didn't only just destroy the lives of the people he killed. He put a trauma on those kids that he shot at. Are you as a parent gonna trust your child to be able to go play in another arena with somebody, knowing that this just happened to your child the week before? The answer
No,
is no.
no, no.
So now these kids that were loving the sport, loving to do what they do, having a good time, competing, win or lose, you just traumatized all of them from possibly not even playing the sport no more and participating in anything. That's just that aspect. Now I got an aspect because now I'm angry. I'm angry at everything because you took away something I love to do. Now I'm angry this person had the audacity to do that. Man, it's just what a coward to do that.
That's a good way to put it. So let me add this to it as well,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
talk about this a lot, and you talk about maybe now other parents that were there are gonna pull their kids away from this. Over 100 witnesses there, physically in
Hmm.
the building.
Hmm.
This game was actually live streamed too,
Hmm.
so it was on
Yep.
the internet. Come on, they don't know what's about to jump off, so it was live streamed, and it was actually picked up. Some of it was picked up on the live stream as well. Yeah, right. So there's an image of from the live stream as well. So 100 people there watching, playing, enjoying the match, enjoying the game. Then you got whoever that couldn't physically make it, they watching it on the internet, on YouTube or whatever the case may be, and
And a million
man,
people that watch the replayed on live on a link like this, it affects everybody, man. It affects everybody. It affects me and you. Why are we talking about it? Because it's affecting me and you.
yeah,
It's a
because we
problem
care.
in the situation.
It
Yeah, I do
affects us
care.
because we care.
Yeah, yeah, it care because of what stopped that if this happened at this event, what's stopping from happening at a track meet? What's happening stopping it from happening at a rugby game?
Which it has
It's
happened at a track meet,
yeah, it happens. Yeah,
which we've
I'm
talked to.
saying
Yeah,
what's stopping it from happening? There's not enough police to police every sporting event throughout the high school and youth
agreed,
nation. There's not enough.
agreed.
So with that not being said, what's stopping people from doing this or acting this way or things going this way? Um, the accountability of an individual that does that is a coward, man. I don't know if he identifies as he, she, or we, or whatever they, is a coward for doing that, bringing a gun in there, shooting. Whatever personal choices and whatever disagreements you're going through with that family, with your ex-wife, and to do with your kids, are you guys' issue. No one wants death out of any of it,
Yeah,
but that's your issue. It's not for you to be able to take it out on everybody and do it in a hockey room where there's all these people that can possibly hurt, and which he didn't care, in which he already took the cowardly way out, is he killed himself. I don't have any empathy for him at all. I
no.
do have empathy for the family and the people surrounding, and I pray that they heal. That's all. I mean, that's all we could do at this
And that's
particular
all we
point.
can do is wrap our arms around the rest of them. And just to answer your question, it shows here, yeah, that the suspect's gender identity was a source of past family conflict. But
Hmm.
so premeditation too, right? Hey, I'm
Yeah,
just kind of like we said, we don't have to go down and beat this horse, but hey,
coward has no gender. Cowardness has no gender.
listen to what Montell
Call,
just said. Well, cowardness has
call,
no gender. Oh
call it
my
what you
God.
want. Cowardice has no gender. So, um, that mental capacity is you're at, mental space you're at, where you have an sexual identity crisis,
Mm.
shouldn't be taken out on other people's lives, man. That's something that you have to come to grips with and understand. And if unfortunately, I hate the people didn't agree with you, or you had some disagreement with them, but that doesn't give you the right to take it out on other people and hurt other people in their surroundings. That's something you personally need to deal with. So,
So
again,
Rhonda and
cowardice.
Aiden, right there, I got on the screen, did not make it home that night, that day. It was actually during the day,
Mm.
early in the afternoon. They didn't make it home. They went to watch a hockey match because of the cowardness of. I'm gonna get the name right. We're gonna be somewhat respectful here, right? Of Robert Dorgan.
Why? Why be respectful? He wasn't respectful of the people's lives when he took them. Of that is what killed those people.
Mm. Truth.
And I don't mean that to be not to
Truth.
be gender insensitive, but that is what killed those people.
Truth. Hopefully, Thomas Garuso, who was the third victim, he's in critical condition. Hopefully, he pulls through. But man, that's just again be as careful as you can. Be aware of all your surroundings. It doesn't matter where you go on sporting events, concerts. I think about concerts. I put my kids' business out here all the time. They going and we going to a whole bunch of concerts coming up. Just got back from a couple of cool little spots, getting ready to go see, J. Cole coming up too. And there's a whole lot of people at these events, and they are at all these. There's a lot of activity going on. You just don't know. But this right here, again, a targeted incident within the family.
Yeah, just don't. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, all we can do is pray, and like you said, wrap our arms around them and wish them a speedy recovery and overcome this trauma.
For real. Ralph Perry, I see you comment, man. I don't understand what you're saying. Rewrite it, brother, and I'll put it back. I'll put it up here on the screen. Appreciate you for jumping in, though. Glad you are part of the family. Listen, all right, now let's get into some little lighter stories. But yeah, we got some conflicts, some social impacting stories to deal with. Jaylen Brown, Boston Celtics, out there playing in his first All-Star game. Starting in his first All-Star game. Out there in LA trying to do some things. After the game, he went over to Beverly Hills and wanted to do something. Jaylen Brown, he's an entrepreneur. He's an inventor. I think he had a PhD, working on his master. He's a smart dude.
Working on his PhD.
Look, Jaylen Brown is true. He need to work on his hair care products because, there's all these jokes and memes about him. About him rubbing up on somebody and losing his lining. But Jaylen Brown hosted an event after the All-Star game in Beverly Hills at the Oakley founders' home. That's really critical to this story. It was at the Oakley, the glasses, founders' home with permission from the Oakley founder. Beverly Hills police came through and said, let me see your permit for any gatherings. You don't have a permit? Okay, we're going to shut you down. They shut him down. And I think it was an embarrassment to Jaylen Brown because, one, the story as it continued to evolve, he didn't need a permit because why? He was at a private residence. Jaylen Brown feels that he was actually targeted by this event because, one, it's private residence, so he didn't need a permit. Beverly Hills saw Boston coming through and trying to throw something. Maybe it was targeted because of that. Maybe it was targeted because he's a little melanated.
Black, man. Quit beating around the bush. He was targeted because he was an African American person, and a large African American crowd was there at the event or showing up to the event where they shut it down. But you trying to be so political nice.
Story. Now I'm trying to feed the story, guy.
We team sleep. We can't be nice. We're supposed to be direct, bro.
I ain't trying to be nice. I'm feeding the story.
They socially profiled him. You got me over here like, man, what you doing? You trying to explain? They socially profiled him. Obviously Beverly Hills, the Oakley house. This is the part that really, because I'm more towards Southern California, so I get the news all the time. It's funny. The Oakley house has had several gatherings before all the time. Gatherings are held there all the time, whatever it may be. This in particular one, especially since it was All-Star weekend, it was Jaylen. It was Brown that was there. LaRussell, the rapper that just signed with Rock Nation, Popular Russell, he was going to be a speaker there, and several other people.
Now, LaRussell, that's a positive brother, right? LaRussell, right? So he's not going to be in no trouble. Okay, I'll let you go.
He's just dope all the way around. He's good. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, there was an influx of Black and brown that were attending this event, and for some reason, whether it was just the Beverly Hills PD or a neighbor or somebody didn't like what they saw, they called the police, they shut him down, and the reason they gave him to shut him down is because of a permit, which you don't need a permit to throw a private party. You don't need any of those things to throw a private party, especially that event's been done there before. And from what I've seen and what I've also read, I don't think that might not be in an article, is that Jaylen Brown and I think Ben Crumper put a lawsuit against the Beverly Hills Police for racial discrimination about this event because there was nothing wrong. There was no loud ordinance that was violated. They were there early when they shut them down before they even
7
really got it
p.m.
started. So they didn't violate any nose ordinance. There was no violent confrontation. There was no reports of fights or any violence. There was no destruction of property. None of those things happened. None of those things happened. It's just the fact there was a bunch of black people that was getting ready to go into his house and have a party, and they wanted this in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills, due to probably some neighbor, somebody reporting it, came there and shut him down. So make it make sense. We're in 2026, not 1906.
Yeah, I
This
love the fact that
2026, bro.
I'm setting it up, and my duck goes straight to the straight no chaser. I bring the
Straight no
chasing.
chaser, bro. It don't need to be no chaser. We need to be, because what do I always say at the end? We got to get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Let's have the uncomfortable conversation. It's because there were people of color out there, and some people felt uncomfortable with that. We're in 2026. Why are you uncomfortable in the presence of people of color? Why is it so to be on? It's okay when we're uncomfortable. It's okay for us to be uncomfortable in the midst of Caucasians. It's okay for us to be uncomfortable in the midst of any of those other ones. But as soon as they're uncomfortable with us being in that situation, there's a problem. They feel threatened. There's a violence, and they call police, especially in that area. What's there?
Yeah,
So
using Beverly Hills. So I
let's
mean,
make it make sense. And he's not it's not like he's a rapper throwing a party. It's not
that's a
like
key
that.
point. Yeah,
They were throwing. Actually, it was supposed to be a party slash panel.
it was
going to be a panel.
It was a learning panel about technology and about business
and leadership.
Yeah,
and leadership. So the event wasn't even about let's go have a party, let's go all get drunk, and you're gonna have people, all kinds of different kind of people coming there. It was supposed to be an event to have professional or inspiring young professionals get to go see people that are their idols or people they admire and learn some game to be able to take with them.
Nick said people don't know how to act right. We hear you, man. I mean, and listen, there it is right there. Again, for his athlete empowerment, leadership, culture.
I'm sorry, I'm going to comment. Not only do people don't know how to act right. I think when we do act right, when we do even act right, it still isn't right, according to them. Even when we act right, it still's not right, man. When I was remember, I think I even sent it to you tonight that I seen it, or I think I sent you a tweet something about, like, bro, like we're not talking about Billy Joe on the corner having a rally in his house in a neighborhood. We're talking about Jaylen Brown, master's degree from Berkeley. I think he's working on his PhD.
He is. Yeah, he's working.
He's already he's already a millionaire in basketball.
He owns several brands and everything.
Yeah, he owns several businesses already that he's doing good. This is somebody that is an aspiring figure in our community who hires a lot of African American people for the things that he does, and is always coming back to get back to California because he went to school in Berkeley. Always, everything he does so much in Oakland and all these things. He brought artists that were from Oakland that are doing things. LaRussell, who was an independent artist just too recently, who made millions of dollars, who changed the music game the way it is. He brought him to be able to speak to people that are inspiring musicians, how to market their music and how to get in the game without having to use the machine of the record companies. Wow, what an inspiring, what a great place to do it, and the fact that he's going to do it at Oakley, the owner of Oakley, the glasses, who he's endorsed by, he's sponsored by.
Right there. Yeah. So think about this. So I don't wear Oakleys. I don't know much about the Oakley dude, but Oakley, the guy is saying, no, this is wrong. So he is actually filed a lawsuit. Beverly Hills and said, come on, y'all, you can't come around my house. I done gave these people permission to do this thing. So he sees that this is wrong.
Yeah.
Like you said, what you say, make it make sense. I'm the chaser, but you went straight. But at the end of the day, we got to it, and we got.
I'm just saying, man. This ain't 1906. This is 2026.
26, brother. Like, this was 2 days ago.
Yeah, what are we talking? And we're not talking about middle class, lower middle class. We talking about the upper echelons of echelon people.
We talking about folks
When
with
there's
money.
where and there's no incidents. And nobody's on nobody's yard. Ain't nobody got running around with no pit bulls. Ain't nobody in
Come
the
on.
gangbang world is doing there. And if they are, they're in a business sense what they're trying to advocate what they're doing. No reports of trouble at all. And yet Beverly Hills PD messed up because they made up a false narrative that you had to have a permit to have a
Yeah.
party there in order to kind of, I guess, maybe massage the situation to shut it down. Whatever case they may be, now they're accountable and they're liable for what they did. I get frustrated. Like this is different, and this is a situation that should have been all positive, 1,000% positive, and it ended up to be turning out 1,000% negative. And check it out though. Even though we're the victims, and this is a professional athlete and everything, how many front page newspapers has this hit on?
None.
Tell me when they did a blurb on it on ESPN.
Yeah.
Short, maybe 20, not even 20 seconds. So they can track everything, like you said. They can always report the scores and all that stuff, but they never report things like this. This is finally one of the ones that are doing very good, trying to be a positive role model, trying to open avenues for people to learn and have those aspects available to them. And then they get shut down by wrongdoing, and we don't say anything about it. God forbid if this was a Nick Saban event and it got shut down. Guess what? It'll be all over the news. Nick Saban was having a party, and there was all these football players over there. But it wouldn't shut down. It wouldn't shut down. That's what I'm saying. So imagine one of those pulverizing personalities having those kind of parties or having those types of events in his house. I don't ever think it would have been shut down. But yet this positive brother was doing something and doing something really, really right, and they shut it down, and they lied about the reason why they were shutting it down, and that they had they had the right to shut it down. It's kind of just sad, man, that it doesn't get press. Not that it happened. Whatever happened happens, but it doesn't get the press and the push and the thing. Notoriety on it. I know Perk did something about it, but Perk is Perk. He does whatever he says in his own way. I think you need to dig deeper in the underlying of what's going on. So I'm glad we're able to talk about it. I hope people chime in about it and how they feel about it. But man, I think it's very unfair.
Yeah, our community's chiming in about it, and I keep bringing up on the screen just specifics about that's happening in the story, and the fact that the owner of the homes seemed pretty upset, filing a lawsuit because it's his house. They've done multiple events there, so all these other events are happening. Yeah. Never been an issue. Down. He's done 4 or 5 events that week.
Yeah,
I would love to know who are those other events. I don't fault the owner because that
he cool,
multi-billionaire with a dope house, letting people come in. He worked with Jaylon and hey, do this, do your thing. What are you gonna do? Okay, that's cool. And now here come the police to shut it down at 7 o'clock in the evening.
7 in the it wasn't even past 8 o'clock. We couldn't.
Man,
you just
ain't
finished
even,
eating dinner.
Yeah, I'm not even finished. Walking out the door at 7 o'clock, and he
shut it down. And let's look on the other fact for Jaylen Brown and the team he was with. They got to tell all these people, turning all these people voice that the party's been canceled.
Yep.
Or this event's been canceled. I don't even want to use a party. I don't want to use party as the word. It should be the event has been canceled due to this. So now he has to show face. Mind you, I'm pretty sure he invited some important people. I'm sure LaRussell invited some important people. I'm sure whoever else was on the panel invited some very important people to support what they're saying in their cause. And not only that, the NBA. He's a representative of the NBA, and he has to be there. So somebody from the NBA is going to be there to help facilitate and see what's going on. What of a slap in the face to all of them. And the fact that, the Stephen A. Smiths of the world and the Shannon Sharps of the world don't even say anything about it except a slight blurb that got closed down.
They just want to laugh and giggle and do other things.
This isn't clickbait. This is not clickbait for them. Yeah. This isn't clickbait at all. This isn't controversial enough for them at all, or this isn't funny or buffoonery enough, I should say, for any of them. This is just true storytelling or a true statement about what's really going on in situations that affect us, and it affects us from a positive event, and it's been torn down. So
it's a sign of the times, as you're saying again, 2026. That man, now I don't want to do nothing now, right? Again, I'm who I am. I'm Jaylen Brown. I'm multimillionaire. I'm throwing together one of the coolest events after one of the coolest events. and I'm inviting some of the coolest people over to it, and I get shut down for no reason. If I was somebody, now that deters me from even wanting to do anything. So there's the domino kind of effect that I talk about a lot. There's the thing like, man, okay, damn, we can't do nothing right. Right? Damn you do, damn you don't, because they're going to get you and they're going to shut you down for bringing over, for just want to talk about leadership, athlete development, and culture. Those were the 3 topics that were listed in this thing. Man.
So it's okay for him to have this event in South Central, but he can't have it in Beverly Hills.
Can't have it in Beverly Hills. At a private residence.
Again,
so
man.
It's a Tupperware party. At private residence is what it is. That's what it, right? So you got to have a permit to have I'm dated myself with that, but that's what it is.
I mean, bottom line, man. I mean, the people that probably called or did this on Jaylen Brown are probably, they won't say themselves as racist, but they are. And the police acted in a racist manner and lied about the situation. Period is. I hope Jaylen Brown gets every dime that he deserves from the Beverly Hills Police for doing that.
He said it was about $300,000 that was invested in the production of the event. So I mean, you can get money back. I mean, Jaylen Brown he gonna get that money back.
Well, I mean, but he should get it for this particular situation, and I hope he makes it donated to whatever charity or whatever event that's out there in Los Angeles, just to kind of give them a boost for the event being canceled. The bottom line is, man, we can't do anything anywhere. We can't have it at an upscale event because it offends too many people. Who those people are, I have no idea, but it looks like it offends those people. So I don't understand what's wrong with a young, inspiring African American young man that's trying to learn something, being in Beverly Hills, trying to get that knowledge and seeing the surroundings of something that, hey, this is one day where I want to be.
It's in Beverly Hills too, man.
What is wrong with that, man? And again, if there was incidents reports, if there was fights or something was reported, that's a whole different.
Ain't nobody fighting at 7:00. Ain't nobody fighting.
There was nothing going on. No problems. There was not one issue. They were just coming to the party. You just saw an array of different people that you weren't used to seeing, and that's not wrong. You quick to hire a gardener. You quick to hire somebody, person of color, to do jobs around your house and do things around your house, but you can't have them come and be at another of the neighbor's house and socialize. What are we talking about, dog? Like, this is crazy.
I'm over here watching the that video from the event here. I'll put it back on the screen. But again, just the confusion in Jaylen's face, the confusion in everyone that's there as well, just wondering, what's really going on, because we're not acting up. We on private property.
Yeah. And the crazy part about it, I don't know if did you watch it, or are you just seeing that?
No,
if you watch it, it's funny how Jaylen was responding to the police officer, and the police officer was always shocked.
Yeah.
The way how articulate he was and what he was talking about and the direct questions he was asking. You know what I mean? I think most people, obviously, any of us have been pulled over by police, you get a little razzle, right? It's really hard for you to keep it calm. He was very calm and articulate.
Jaylen talks the same way he always talk. Every time I see him present or talk, he's always, he don't get high and he don't get low. Right?
It's a conversation, and he handled himself very, very well. So shout out to Jaylen Brown. I wish he was the president of the NBA Players Association and whatnot. No, because the man handles himself very, very well under each situation.
Highly educated as well. This is unfortunate. We're gonna see what happens, because Oakley filing lawsuits, Beverly Hills gonna deny it. We'll see what happens.
They'll settle out of pocket. They're gonna settle out of pocket. They don't want the press like that. They'll settle for some amount out of pocket and sweep it under the rug, and no one to report on it again, act like it never happened. But Team Low Sleep, it happened. It happened.
So we got it on tape. We got it on video.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for pulling me back in. God, that's funny.
Montell said, "Listen, trying to be politically correct and talk all that, man. No. Let's talk about what really
happened. I'm trying to set the story up. And you just want to go straight to throwing blows.
You're the kid that build those blocks up, and I'm the one that just come and push them over.
I'm the one over here trying to stack up my Jenga, blocks nice and neat. And you come through like a wrecking ball. That's why we get down so well, brother. Appreciate you. Saw some other comments. Just want to holler at folks. Ralph, I saw you talking about hate kills, and appreciate you coming through. Nick, saw you dropping in some things. Some people don't act right. And put that up there. Marvin, we got you as well. 2026, one day at a time. We man said move. I don't know what that means, but appreciate you for being in the building for sure. All right, basketball. Let's stick with a little bit of basketball, but let's go down to college. Let's go to UCLA. Shouts out to Division I UCLA. I'm paying them on a regular basis because I got. So I'm well invested.
You sponsor somebody's NIL. Yeah, you sponsor somebody's NIL with the money you paying over there. You good?
I'm well invested in UCLA, but listen, I have never heard of, I have never seen of an incident where, and I'm not going to play it because last time I played, last week when I played some video, the stream got demonetized. So I'm not playing no more videos. Coach actually took a player out of the game for getting a hard technical, for committing a hard technical foul. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that. A lot of folks that were reporting on it said that they haven't seen that before as well. But just the fact that UCLA coach took out the center, Stephen Jamarison, out of the game after they were already down double digits. Yeah. They were losing the game. So
but the bottom line is,
there.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that's the first time I've seen the coach do the right thing at the right time in a long time. He did the right thing at the right time that I've seen in a long time. He ejected the player. He committed an intentional hard foul.
Yeah,
they could have hurt somebody.
I tell you what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play it, and this stream is gonna get demonetized because I'm gonna play this. Y'all hit us up with some super chats to make up for this. But here we go. I'm gonna play this video. Yeah. So there you go, the foul right there.
See, he could have potentially hurt that player.
Yeah,
Cooper. He could have potentially helped because he undercut him.
Coming up hard behind him, boom.
Yeah, he undercut him. So, and then they almost got in a fight, obviously, because Cooper's going to protect himself. Got it. The head coach of UCLA, ejected this player. So you got to go. You got to get out of here. I think for two reasons. You're on enemy's territory, right? You're in enemy's territory. You just committed that foul and you're losing. That could start a whole riot, bench clearing brawl in itself. But two, I think it's just the right thing. I'm not teaching that in my program.
Exactly.
I'm not going to allow you to do that, regardless of for winning, losing in my program, to try to intentionally, or it looks like you intentionally try to hard foul somebody where it can cause them injury.
And right? That's exactly what Coach said in the post-game interview. He said,
it's right.
Completely unnecessary. Set an example. Who was it? Was it not Bobby Knight? Somebody was saying that, man, again, they ain't never seen nothing like that in all their life. Just the fact of a coach taking a player out. But you hit it on the head, man. It's the right decision to do. You can't.
It's the right decision at the right time, man. Like, I'm not going. That's not what I was teaching in our program. Like this is one of the first public displays you see coaches really embodying what they teach of a young person. We're not going to go for that. We're not going to handle it behind closed doors. We're not going to do. We're going to handle this right here and right here. The right thing to do is all right, you done playing for the night. I understand what you're trying to do because we teach you how to play hard. We teach you how to do these things. But that part of the game is not necessary because you could have ended his career. You could have hurt that young man for no reason, just simply the fact that we're losing. That coach gives more props and kudos than any coach right now in recent times to be able to do the right thing at the right time and setting the example and setting the tone on how things should be. Like, we're not going to tolerate that. We're not tolerating that in this program. So shout out to UCLA.
That level. Yeah, we're not going to stoop to that level. Come on, Bruins. You should know better too. Yeah, listen.
Good thing, man. Good thing. But again, they showed this 5-second clip on those shows and then didn't talk about what's behind it. Like, it's right. It's the right thing to do. Like, he did the right thing, and we don't want to celebrate him doing the right thing.
No one's celebrating coach.
Sure, yeah. You don't want to celebrate doing the right thing. You don't want to have him on interview saying, "Hey, coach, why'd you do that?" and having him pulverized on all these media outlets for him doing the right thing. But yet, let somebody do something stupid, they'll have him all over the show 5 times a week, 15 times on every TV show, talking about why he did something stupid instead of celebrating somebody that did something the right way.
This is a coach that set the standard high for the team and for the individual. Best thing to do for the team and the individual. And I can guarantee you, at least in the short to midterm, that player is going to be like, man, yeah, I should, that was wrong. I'm going to learn from that.
And most likely he's probably going to apologize, right? He'll probably write a letter to Flag and to probably the Michigan State athletic association or athletic director and tell him, I apologize for that incident. I lost my cool. I didn't mean it. It wasn't my intent to foul him that hard. It just came across that way. And coach ejected me. It was the right thing to do. I mean, it's right all the way wrong. It shows accountability and responsibility.
Isn't that what a coach supposed to do? Isn't that what athlete? Isn't that what student athletics is supposed to show?
Hey man, what boys to men, right? Like the group. Change boys to men's, and you change boys to men's by their actions. He taught him a lifelong action than just doing that.
The youngsters in our community don't remember boys to men, so you're gonna have to come up with something that's newer than that. That's our generation.
And there ain't nothing newer than that. What? There's nothing new. That's from the biblical days AD all the way to now, bro. Boys to men.
Y'all better recognize, y'all better get to know some of these old school classics. 24-hour boss in the building. What it do? Yay. Yeah, you see, first you heard of this incident here on our show.
Yeah, man.
Right? Yeah. Big time player, big time event, big time city. There's a lot of other big time shows. We are very targeted for our community that wants to rise above the noise and actually have real conversation. This first place that he's been saying. According to the LA Times, the event permit had been applied for and denied by the city due to previous violations associated with events. So did they apply for a permit? Yeah, we kind of talked about that earlier. There was no permit applied for because they didn't need it.
Yeah.
But interesting enough that you wrote down, previous violations at that same address. But again, that doesn't warrant. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a police officer. That doesn't justify going in and shutting down an event at a private residence. That has no violation going on.
For 24-hour balls, okay, if it was consistently broken, why didn't they break it at the event that happened on Thursday the night before or the night before? Because it was 5 events that happened or several events that happened at that same location during that week. Why all of a sudden they picked that event to break up?
Messing with Jaylon like that, man. Let's find something decent to talk about. I got 2 stories left. I got the one you talked about. Then I got another one, but I'm gonna make sure to be reaching everybody that's in the comments because I see folks chiming in. Appreciate that. Boy, you watching these Olympics? I'm hooked on this curling, and I'm starting to get the rules down. I'm yelling at the TV too, boy. Listen, Michaela Schifrin for the skiing, the alpine skiing, gold. I was watching a little figure skating the other day. Shouts out to Japan for doing that thing. Did you see the Japanese team do their figure skating?
Nah, but I did see the downhill skiing. I watched downhill skiing. I don't know if you watched that.
Well, yeah, you talking about the Michaela Schifrin, gold.
No, I'm talking about the boys.
Oh, I I like watching the women, man. Because
them dudes was getting down, boy. That's some stuff I don't know how to do, can't do, and never want to do. But they got down. I think America took silver.
Okay.
And the guy from Canada won it on the very last run. He did so. I catch it here and there. I catch it at the right time. I watch some of the Winter Olympics. That time, man, that time difference kills me.
It's a bad time. It's a bad time.
Yeah, I can't hang with it.
Our hockey team, the women hockey team, they doing what they need to do. They representing well. We're in third place for the medals, right? We got 24 total. Norway is dominating with 33, and host country has 26. So you know, we out there. We showing up, and showing out.
That's not a big American. We don't. We're Summer Olympics.
We just say we're not winter folks. We're not.
We're not the winter folks, man. We just.
We're gonna be at the top in LA 2020 and 28. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I think when it comes to medal counts
in LA.
But I'm glad that we are showing up at the Winter Olympics. I wish it was at a better time for a lot more people to watch it. It's just at a bad time. Middle of the night, it's hard to catch all the good sports what's going on. So
wasn't that Chloe
shout out
Kim?
To the ones that are winning.
Yeah, Chloe Kim. She got her silver, so she got her gold the last few years. She got silver this year, and Myles Garrett out there representing, hanging out with his boo. Love seeing that.
Yeah. Myles Garrett out there chilling.
my girl, defensive player of the year in the NFL, doing what he needs. So I just wanted to bring that up. Shouts out to, was it Aaron Jackson? I think that's her name. The speed skater.
Yeah, she
She
didn't make
do
it,
well.
right?
Yeah, she didn't do well, but she went out there and did what she had to do. She represented it. So it's always good to see some culture out there in these winter sport, in these cold sports. They say we can't do it, but look at us.
And I did watch the single person bobsledding the women. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
That was cold.
Is that
man.
the one with the lady that's 50, 60 years old, finally got her gold?
Well, one's 40 from Carlsbad, from San Diego. She got her. I think she won the gold.
Out there in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
man.
know nothing about bobsled in San Diego.
Hey, man, they was getting. I don't know how she bobsled in San Diego. Like we get negative snow. Yeah, we never get no snow, and she's on the beach. So I have no idea how she learned the bobsled, but she got down with it, and she won. I think that she's been to the Olympics several times, and this is the time she won the gold medal. So shout out.
That's dope. See, okay, there's some good news right there. Keep watching the Olympics. So keep. It's a weird thing, right? I mean, there's so much. Here I go. So much going on around here. You want to compete for yourself? You want to compete? I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole, but man, you do want to hear that anthem played. Good Lord, there's just so much going on. Just rise above that. Let me just say, right. I'm gonna say something controversial about these Olympics, and really? I'm probably gonna get canceled on this, but I'm tired of Snoop.
Man, you know what's crazy? It's crazy that you say that. They just did a poll. Snoop is the most popular person in the world.
I remember Snoop when he first came, when he first hit the scene.
In music, Bad Bunny is very popular, especially since the recent Super Bowl thing going on. But they said a poll that Snoop Dogg is the most popular individual in the world. He's the most recognizable person in the world. Who would ever thought that?
Not me.
Yeah,
I still got all the old cuts. Right? I'm listening.
Yeah. So I'm not tired of, man. You know what? I say go get all your money and go.
I'm not mad at the money. I'm not mad at the hustle and all.
Make this last as long as it possibly can.
Lord, because when I get down to LA in 28, I don't need. Well, he gonna be there because that's home. Oh Lord, never mind.
Yeah, he should be there, man. I mean, I don't get tired of him. I'm just like I'm like anything else. If I don't like it, I just turn it off. I don't have to deal with it. If I don't like the music, I turn to another station. If I don't like what I see on TV, I turn to another channel. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that way. So
I'm the old Morgan Freeman, right? See, that's who I am. I'm not get off my lawn kind of cat. Saying I'm tired of Snoop. Everywhere I turn.
You sound like that dude in Django, man. Come on.
Wait a minute, nigga.
You sound like old boy in Django.
Hold on, all jokes aside. Wait a minute.
You hate, man. Don't hate on the man. Dude, man, just trying to do his thing. Get his paper on. So
I ain't gonna be too mad. I'm just saying. Every time I turn on the screen, I did some flavor there the other day, so that was cool.
You should be appreciative though. Look how far we've came now. I mean, especially just in hip hop. In 1980, we was Sugar Hill Gang.
Just how far he's come too. How far he's come from. Again, one of America's Most Wanted, quote unquote, name of the album. But
yeah. So 50 years later, we got him hosting. He's hosting ceremonies in the Olympics, in the Winter Olympics in another country. I mean, in a way, you may not be tired of him, but I mean, we got to be proud because not only as
I'm proud of him,
came a long
I
way,
am proud of him. I didn't say I wasn't proud of him. You can teach old dog new tricks. I'm an old dog, which you can teach new tricks. So we can have this conversation. I can say it, and I can be corrected. I'm not too proud to be corrected, but I'm still proud of him. But listen. I'm glad to maybe tag in Flavor Flav. I'm even tired of seeing Mike Tirico. Listen, how does Mike Tirico
get all the boring sports? I get all the boring sports. He does the golf. He does the Winter Olympics.
All the sports.
But he gets all the boring sports. He don't get none of this. Mike Tirico don't do the Super Bowl. He gets to do the Masters.
No, Tirico was at the Super Bowl.
Was it the Super Bowl? I ain't seen him.
Mike was
He got a
at the
little part
Super
in it.
Bowl, and I think it was, and or somewhere right before the Olympics, and NBC. I read the story. They chartered a jet just for him to get to the Olympics.
Man, get your paper, Mike. Get your paper on. I ain't mad at you.
Again, I'm not. I'm proud of him, but
sound real haterish right now.
Listen, I'm starting again. This is how I get. Y'all know when I'm home alone again, my wife traveling, I get like this. Eating pizza and drinking Mountain Dew and just get real antsy in my world. So okay,
you getting real haterish right about now.
My haterism is coming out. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. But listen, I can't hate on something that we about to talk about right now. Listen, what do you call it? Hornets, Stingers up. Stingers up. My old alumni here, Sac State, doing big things on the football side. Sac State moving to the FBS. Talk about what this means for. It's not even a small school because it's my school. It's a dope school. We just hadn't been winning for a long time. But this recognition right here is showing that Sac State got a squad.
Okay, there's two stories, two sides of the coin.
Talk about it.
So
start at the beginning. What is happening? Because I just again talked around it.
Yeah. So basically, these 3 teams went from FCS to FBS, which is basically from small Division I, where you're only allowed a certain amount of scholarships, to now they're at the top. They're with the big dogs now, with the Alabamas and all them being in the FBS. Sac State, South Dakota State, and North Dakota State all have made the jump to whatever conference they want to. I think North Dakota's in the Mountain West, Sac's in the MAC, and South Dakota State went, I forgot, to another conference. They all made the big jump. For Sac State, I think it's a great thing. And Coach Carter and his staff, great opportunity, great thing. They're taking this team from going from FCS to FBS, and hopefully they just have a wonderful time. I love everything about this move except for the commentary around it. And I'll explain to you why I don't like the commentary around it. Great thing. Sac State is ready. They got to have to pay $36 million to join the MAC conference. $6 million up front this year, and they got to pay for all the travel for the teams that are coming to play at Sac State Stadium. So right now, with that $36 million investment, I believe, or right there's they say 23, expect to total 23.
Yeah,
so let's say $23 million investment. We'll go by this news. I think I heard 36, or maybe it's 23. So on this $23 million investment, in the first year they won't make any money off of it. It's all for them just to be able to get in, and I think they're setting themselves up for the long term. Jump into MAC for the first 5 years, have some success in the MAC in the first 5 years, then obviously cross over to the Pac-12 or Pac-10, whatever it's going to be at that particular time, which should be at that time hopefully a Power 5 conference, going from Power 4 to Power 5 where the big money is at. People don't understand the college landscape. Big money is when you get into the bowl games, and obviously if you get into the playoffs, it's even more money. So I think this is a small investment on a long term. This is a small investment for a long term return, which is great. They got all the people right. Coach Carter. If you don't know about Coach Carter, please look him up. This ain't the guy, the basketball guy in the movie. This is Coach Carter, Alonzo Carter, that came from JC in the Bay Area, worked his way through San Jose to Arizona State to now being a head coach of now FBS program, Sacramento State. Much love to him. Guy's a great motivator. He heads the Black Coaches Coalition. He does a lot of great things in college football. That's the great part about this. Second part about this that I don't like about it, like I said, is some of the things that are being talked about. Even though this is a great move for Sacramento, and they say it's a great move for recruiting and keeping local recruits, in state or competing against the other ones, I think it's actually opposite different because of the pressures of NCAA and winning.
Okay.
They'll keep some, right? They will keep some of the ones. Some of the good ones won't leave. They'll get a couple of guys from Folsom and a couple of guys from Grant, like they do every year, but it won't be the normal guy. Like those guys that they recruited now from Grant and Folsom, they're not recruiting them anymore. They're recruiting a higher level caliber of athlete because they have to win now. There is no window for error. Coach Carter's going to have to win now in these next couple of years to get them in a sustainable situation to change out. So what that means, the way the college landscape is now, you got to recruit in the portal. People that have already paid, people that are already successful, and all that stuff to bring them into the program and then for them to win. They saying we're going to be able to now we're going to be able to recruit local talent more so. No, you're not. That's not real. That's not a realistic. You're not going to go get high school kids in your local region to make this team great fast. Those guys won't be successful. To be successful fast and the proven
At this
formulas, you got
level.
to get guys in the form
Okay,
at
I
this
got
level.
you. I got you.
Yeah, you got to get the top dogs, and not to mention Sacramento's now not only on a regional recruiting budget, they're on the national recruiting budget. That means they're going to go to Florida and get kids. They're going to go to the East Coast and get kids. They're going to go all these different places to get the caliber kid they want. Where again, it's going to hinder the kids from the state of California and the surrounding states for them recruiting them. That's the part that people are excited they're going to the big league. Yeah, but it's going to be detrimental to the kids they really normally recruit in the area because now those kids are no longer at the caliber they need right now. They have to be developed. And then Sacramento State is now in a position where they don't have time to develop. They need to be able to perform now. Um, and I hope you cut this whole thing up and send it to whoever you want, because I'll challenge them on any debate about this. It's the same old scenario that's going to go everywhere. And the difference between them and North Dakota State and South Dakota State, they have sister programs that the kids that they would normally recruit can fall down to. Like in North Dakota, that and North
Okay.
Dakota State going, they still have North Dakota. They still have a slew of Division twos in that area. South Dakota State still has University of South Dakota and a slew of Division two kids that they normally recruit will fall down to those levels. Sacramento State, the kids they used to recruit currently now, how they recruit right now, they won't
Local high
recruit them. So
schools.
what are those? Yeah, well, local high schools, but talent that's at the Division one FCS level.
Yeah. Okay.
Where do those kids go now? There's nowhere for them to go. Sac State is no longer limited. Is no longer anymore. They're Division one FBS. They're recruiting nationally. They're no longer recruiting locally. That means the local kids are going to stay locally more for without having an opportunity to play football, unless they go somewhere else. Davis is already probably going to be full.
Yeah.
Cal Poly, Davis, Cal Poly, and USD are all highly academical schools to get in. So that means you must have a pretty high academic regimen in order to get in and participate. There is no lower level FCS schools in California. And what I mean by lower level, I mean academic wise. So you tell me where those kids are supposed to go.
This is the story behind the story, brother. This is almost
Well, I think people get
why would someone want to go? Okay, probably a money thing, but educate me as well. Why would Sac State want to go to the FBS
money.
when? Again, I
Yeah.
kind of knew the answer there, but again, you
Yeah.
got these local kids coming from Grant and Folsom got
Folsom.
some good players out there. Del Oro. I mean, all these local high schools got some really good players,
Yeah.
but not good enough to be.
Well, yeah, they're. I mean,
Unfortunately, they're just not right.
They're just attribute deficient. I mean, you need to play corner. You need to be 6'2". The corner at
Yeah.
Grant is now 6 foot, but Sac State would take a chance on him because he's an FCS type of player.
Got you.
He's not an FBS. So now that kid that's normally going to go to Sac State that was 6 foot no longer has an opportunity anymore. Now where does he go? Can't get into Cal Poly. I mean, he might if his grades are very good, but Cal
Right.
Poly's high academic. UC Davis is high academic, and USD down in San Diego is high academic. So if he's not FBS there, he's not going to be FBS in Sac State or Cal Berkeley. So now where does that leave? What opportunity does that leave him to go play football? It's out of state because we don't have any more
lower
level.
divisions. Is this probably
At
is this
a
kind of
lower division?
this behind the scenes of why you've always been a D2, D3 kind of proponent, saying broad nose program? Okay, make it make sense.
Well, I mean,
faster. Okay,
you have to be able to. I mean, I'm going to explain it another way too. So you got to understand the recruits they have now, they will no longer have because they're not going to meet the expectation that Sac State needs to play. So
say
since
that
they
again.
fall,
Say that again.
So the players that they're recruiting now, the ones they have currently now that they're recruiting at the FCS level, will no longer meet the caliber of player they need being at the FBS level. So again, example, a 6 foot corner, when they need a 6'2" corner, he doesn't meet that level anymore. So he has to find another home because they're no longer going to recruit him. So with that being said, where does he go? We don't have any lower level FCS schools in California. State schools that are affordable and not private and are high academic. So a person with a 2.8, just a 6 foot corner, where does he go now that he has a good skill set? He has to leave out of state. Period. because those are the
Man.
only opportunities you have. And so I'm a big proponent. I'm curious. So I'm gonna clean that slate now. Let's wipe that slate clean. We kind of rest that. So we're going to the next slate. So the reason why I question, not that I question, but I don't understand one, where does Sac State come up with the money, which is
Mm.
fine. Their
Mm-hmm.
alumni, Harvard Booster came with the money, but for them to come up with $23 million and then also have to give a additional 7 million, and they're not getting anything on the return on investment because they're not getting any money back from the MAC conference the first year. That money could have been easily dispersed amongst 8 schools that had existing Division II programs and would have been able to educate 800 kids because each program has 100 kids. So if you brought back with that same money, that 23 million would have sustained every program at least 3 years for them to become self-sustainable, and you could have brought football back to all 8 Division II programs, and now all those kids would have a place to play, have a support mechanism, have a home, and it be in California, and we would be able to drive
Mm-hmm.
off of that. So my curiosity is why were people so um willing and giving to give that money to get one school to a bigger program instead of funding 8 schools to have a program and everybody could be involved. And now we don't have to question this mechanism. Do we have Division II football? Can these kids play at a development level of football till they can get to that elite level? We don't have that. We don't have that layer. Why we could have created that layer with that 23 million. If does that make sense to you?
That makes sense. I'm just trying to be analytical and figure out why that hasn't been done before. It hasn't been done
I,
already.
well, it's not the
Is
popular
it
thing.
just
Like we,
chasing the dollar as opposed to
well,
developing?
Sac State is chasing the dollar. Sac State is chasing the big dollar. It is,
Mm.
and rightfully so. They're in a position to do that. Make your move. Because they're investing $23 million till in 5 years they think they should be a good enough football program, a good football program to get to a bowl, which will make them 7 million on the minimum. You make 7 million on the bowl, plus you get to share the rights for the MAC conference or whatever conference you in. Plus now the portal the way it is, anything can land. God forbid if you land in the playoffs, they'll make that 23 million tenfolds, and they'll continue to make that year after year after year after year. So you invest $23 million down the line right here, and in your 10-year investment, you're gonna get 23 million plus another 75 million, hopefully. Smart investment. Have no problem with it. I get it. I'm just don't understand why that same 23 million couldn't be raised in some form or fashion to fund Division II schools and put a layer of Division II schools where we can get these young people educated and get these young men opportunity to play with a support mechanism with their family and be able to be creative and have a host with another players are playing football to be being developed and playing and getting the opportunity to transfer up or stay down. Let's be honest with you. That even that Sac Stadium, they're giving it 23 million. There's only 150 people maximum on that roster. Well, you imagine if you take that 23 million and put it in Division II schools, times that times 8, 150 people, I believe, is like almost what 1,300 kids now being educated instead of just 150. That means there's 1,300 kids that's going to get opportunity to get their degrees, be competitive in the market, be citizens, and that 13 million is just football players. Let's not forget about cheerleaders, people that are
Yep.
within the social media, graphic designers, people in the communication, people that learn how to stream and film it. All those jobs are being figured on, and it happens in Division II, just not at the biggest level. But that doesn't mean you can't have the opportunity to be down there and develop. So I wish that 23 million that they used to get into the MAC somehow could have been raised another 23 million to help develop Division II football in California and help us get off the ground because I think that's a greater impact than the Sac State just making one bowl.
That right there was
That's
a
the other book.
master class, ladies and gentlemen, on the whole division structure. A lot of good on KCRA 3 and Sacramento B about what happened.
Yeah.
But that undercurrent behind the scenes right there, appreciate you for
Yes.
breaking that down, man. Because I mean, I think that matters more than just again what's being highlighted by And shouts out to Denzen Cortez and Michelle Dapper out there at KCR3. Right, they're gonna report the good news, and they don't
Yeah.
have time in their segment to talk about, uh, like I said,
There's a
the
ripple
underlying
effect
effects of it.
from
Yeah,
this whole thing. Like that's the big splash, right? And it's a great splash. It's great. It's a
yeah,
great opportunity for Sacramento State and the state of Sacramento. But us being the capital of California, and we have a really a disparity of education between men of color and women of color going to school. These schools say they can't afford football, they can't afford the mechanism to attract young men to play there. Well, that could have been an infused in that system and said, hey, let's design it and develop that for that to be there to reach the masses more so than just the one singular popular vote that's there. And I think if they did that, I mean, now we'll have a full fledged education. I think state schools that had football will now have an infusion of more students wanting to go there. They'll have at least 150 that are going to play, and then all the people that are involved. You just have to figure out a way to work the Title IX, which is there's a solution to that as well. You get that on involved, and now you have instead of just 150 educated men that are going to play for Sac State, now you're reaching 1,300 men that are going to be educated in all these Division two school levels, and now we have everybody competing with with a degree.
At this higher level conversation, correct me if I'm wrong again. I'm a layman on this. This probably could have saved some of those school programs that we've talked about and you've talked about before that have either shuttered,
Yeah,
and even
absolutely.
the schools themselves that have gone closed their
Yeah, yeah.
doors.
Well, this would have helped. I mean, it would have brought Chico State, Humboldt State, Sonoma State, San Francisco
Chico was
State.
the one I was mainly
Yeah,
thinking about
yeah.
too.
Cal,
Okay.
Cal State, East Bay, all those schools. Azusa brought back Division three, but at
Mm,
least if we'd have just brought back those six schools that I know that were Division two,
yeah,
and brought them back and say we're going to bring you guys back for bring back your football program. That's an injection into that program as far as enrollment, school, athletics, us in the long term. Like I said, of men being men of color being educated, people that want to be in graphic design and communications and all these. It just opens up a whole fusion of an epicenter of jobs and development, right? College and all this stuff is all about development, becoming developed to practice your craft. Why not have it at those school levels? And it's the biggest mass sport that they have. It attract football has everything. It has 100 people. Basketball only has 12 or 13. This is 100 young men you're saving,
that's true.
including
That's
another
true.
cheerleaders of 20, a media staff of about 5 or 6, communication staff of about 2 or 3 more people. So you have about in that whole football arena, you have about close to 150 to 200 people just work collectively working on football. What a purpose way to infuse that in development, and the school will make a little bit of money off of ticket sales, streaming it live, and also it's a whole ecosystem that could have been developed with that money. And I'm not saying I think Sacramento State got that from private investors. That's great. I'm just saying I wish somebody would look into saying, hey, how can we can private invest and create that lane as well. Um, I've been advocating it for so long, and I've seen this. I was just like, wow, the ripple effect is like, wow, one fish gets big, but all the guppies still get lost
Mm,
in the current. They don't really get a chance to eat or develop and become grown fish. So it's kind of it's crazy, man. It's good, but I'm happy for Sac State and Alonzo. I hope they do a wonderful job. I just wish somebody would look at the bigger picture for all the young men in California that have a desire to play football. They won't have the opportunity to play no more because there's no more avenues.
that bigger appreciate you, brother. Right there. That bigger picture right there. Again, I third person looking in.
Mm,
You really close to the athletics and know about those things. And I can guarantee you, a lot of our community that's either watching now or watch later doesn't know the specifics of that. Yeah, they just see the flashy
mhm,
headline.
mm,
Looks good. Be part of the FCS. Bigger TV, more TV, bigger money, all this and all that. But man, then that trickle down and that
mm.
other aspects of this situation. Man, somebody said that they like that. Come on, I mean, like, subscribe, share it right there, just for that last section right there. I'm gonna blow it up. Don't worry, brother.
There,
That is gonna
nah.
be all over the internet. Give me 2 hours. Give me two
Mm.
hours. I'm gonna make something to eat. Go get something to drink, and then I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna cut that piece up right there. I'm not gonna worry about anything else. That piece right there is gonna be. I'm gonna make sure that some folks around these neck of the woods, these
Man,
parts, hear about
it,
that. That's good.
yeah, man, it just needs to be talked. I think you bring more awareness. Hopefully,
Yeah.
creates a ripple effect of action. And I just people think they just downplay those schools because they say it's Division two, but I think that's just as important as anything because you just enabled a whole bunch of men, young people. I shouldn't just say men, but young people to be able to get their
Hmm.
degrees, have an opportunity to get their education. It's the mechanism that attracted them to college, just like a great engineering department attracts engineers to go there. This is a way to open the door for a lot of young men that when they graduate, they don't know what to do. They know they want to play, but they don't want to leave out of the state, and they don't want to do this, and they can't
Hmm.
afford this, and can't afford that. How come we haven't provided a atmosphere or a mechanism for them to have the opportunity to play stay in California, still have somewhat of a support mechanism, understand how California works and the people, and be around friends and family that they know, and still be in competitive sports, which drives a lot of us to get our 4-year degree. You know,
That's
you
a
play a
true statement
sport,
right there too.
yeah.
That's yep. That's
Being in
very
athletics in college drives us to do our degree because we want to continue to play. Um, I don't know how come no one advocates for it more. They always just say, "Oh, well, the school says they can't afford it." Well, that means just the full schools hasn't figured out a way to afford it.
mm,
They can't afford it. They haven't figured out a way to do it. Why can something? How can a private investor like Sac State, who was a FCS program, really wasn't going anywhere, all of a sudden come up with all this money to be able to boom, now get themselves to the FBS and be possibly in a Power Five or Power Four conference in the next 5 years? Well, if you can do that, then there's a way you can go ahead and bring Division two football and help cultivate all these young people and give them an opportunity and an attraction for them to go to school and be their degrees and become, citizens in our community, buy houses, open their own business, become bosses, create a network and ecosystem all the way through that amongst young men of color, which is majority will do, and other men that want to participate. I don't understand why we can't do that or how come that hasn't been done or thought of.
I get excited just hearing you talk about stuff you're passionate about, boy. I get
Oh,
excited.
I just,
It-
I just deep think, man. I mean, I'm a product of Division two, so are my friends, and
yeah,
all me and my friends are fairly successful. We wouldn't have made it without playing football in college. I don't think that was a structure they gave us, and that transition becoming from team to a man, and it was very viable. I mean, it helped us. It helped me grow up to be a man. That I would love that same opportunity for the next person to come up, but they eliminated it. So I'm saying, if I had 23 million to spare, I would do it.
hmm
But I don't. I don't. But I know there's people in the powers that do have 23 million that can do it, and put that structure in place and put it in, and make it go, because it would save so many lives. It would help so many people. You know, we wouldn't have. I think that those 150 kids that attend each one of those schools to play football are 150 kids that are not on the street thinking of doing something crazy that can probably put them in the penitentiary. Those 150 kids can one day possibly own their own business. Those 150 kids can be activists on their campus and bring light and shed light to things that people didn't know. We already know, diversity creates innovation. That's 150 diverse people that are creating innovation on that campus. So why can't we fund something like that that makes so much sense, but yet we will fund a prison in Soledad, or we'll fund a prison in, wherever in down south in San Isidro, but we can't fund a football team that will attract kids, that will help the school make more money and do all these different things because of why. It needs to make sense to me, and
we
it
can
doesn't
ask the
right now.
question, and I'm gonna be your sounding board and push it out there.
It,
Every
I think,
instance of what was just talked about right now, I'm gonna
yeah,
push it
yeah.
out there so folks can have that
I, I
conversation.
I think it's just one. It's these one school just needs to grow some and take a chance and say we're bringing it back. I really do. And if you want to bring back bigger schools, how come Long Beach State or UOP doesn't bring their program back? Both of them are suffering. Well, Long Beach State is not suffering enrollment. I know UOP is suffering enrollment, but why wouldn't you infuse your system by saying, "Hey, we're going to bring football back"? People would be excited. There's something to do now on Saturday nights, and for people to go support the university. It keeps people on the campus going to events that are on the campus because everyone likes to support their football team. Who wouldn't support an inaugural team from UOP? Everyone within that area. All those rich farmers, the Spanoses and all of them, they would. I'm sure they probably would support it if somebody would put the infrastructure for. Humboldt County bring football back, or Sonoma County in Cal State East Bay and San Francisco State, they would bring it back. Those are East Bay and San Francisco State a little different because the dynamics are where they're in the city. It'll be slower for them to gain back, but they'll eventually get it back. But guess what? That takes 300 young men off the street in that area. That's a win in itself. That's 300 young men going to practice, learning responsibility, learning how to be on time, learning the structure of being in a team environment, learning leadership. All the things they try to teach us at work to go to these seminars, it's learned right there in 4 years while they're becoming a teen to becoming an adult while getting their degree. Those are investments on themselves. The Zuckerbergs and all that stuff of the world, I don't know why they don't see that and invest. I don't know why the Bezos don't invest in things like that. It's not the shiny nickel, but it is the dirty penny and it's worth something. So I wish people would look at that.
Man said it's not dirty nickel.
No, it's not the shiny nickel. It's the
God, you
dirty
see,
penny.
that's why I was quiet. Don't worry, when I cut it up, it's gonna be dope. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm just
So
gonna be quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, Montell Allen came and gave y'all master class. Like I said, master class, a whole training, a whole workshop on the pros, cons, consequences, value add of school athletics, moving conference. Who it affects in a positive way, who it affects in a negative way, and there's a way to have more positive than negative. Appreciate you, brother, for that right there. We did what we needed to do today. That's pretty dope. I'm gonna sit here. I'm sitting here marinating on that. So I know we live on the air and everything, but I'm sitting here marinating on that. That's
I hope people comment on it. I mean, I hope I didn't bore them to death. I know that's something that I'm passionate about. So
no. Listen, when you passionate about it, when it makes sense, just like Marvin say, out here dropping this knowledge, man. And again, this is not something that everyone just can go out there and Google or do a web search on or just assume that they know. You've lived it, you've done it, you've seen all sides of it, and all we see is again what KCRA 3 told us was, "Hey, this is
it's
what's
great.
happening." Right? You know that's all we saw, and no one really saw what the other stuff. Uh,
Yeah, I feel bad. I actually feel bad for the local talent in Sacramento because Sac State is no longer going to be an option for them to go. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be.
mm, mm, mm. Listen, man, we gonna save some of this knowledge. What See, poor boy over there talking. Poor boy talking about your haircut, brother. Listen, we keep it low. Don't do that, poor boy. Listen, we keep our trim nice and tight. Oh,
Man, don't say nothing. He didn't bring us nothing back from overseas. Don't say nothing to us. Don't even. Oh,
this some of your folk? Oh, okay. This some.
oh, oh,
Oh, I was talking about this dude right here. Oh, okay.
oh, no, it's po' boy. Nah,
Oh, you talking
my
about tall
hair.
boy? No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I was saying.
yeah. My dude's haircut then
Hold
fell off
on,
the
but
bone.
is his avatar? Is that Stephen A?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Hold on, don't do that because you know how I feel about it. Look like his avatar
No,
is Stephen A.
my dude's haircut and fell off the bone. Well, homeboy, poor boy, if you want to go ahead and tweet me $100 to go to the barber shop to get my haircut, it's all good. Otherwise, I'm gonna take the razor to it. But I appreciate it, man.
You gonna stand in the bathroom and hit the razor with the
Man,
mirror? Okay, see
hit
that's
the razor
maybe
with the
that's
mirror,
just what I
dog.
do. That's
Yeah,
just what
yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I love it. Well, boy,
Yeah,
appreciate you for even still chiming in and joining.
yeah,
And if you had a comment about anything else, definitely leave that.
yeah.
That
I'm gonna say it for tall boy. I'm sorry, I got excited because he was saying something. It's all
well,
good.
he may know. He said that's my people, so that may be somebody
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
man.
So
It's
okay,
all good, fam. Yeah, we good.
good.
We straight, man.
Listen,
We straight.
Montel, take us home, man. I'll just say again, kind of like I said at the beginning. This is what it's out. He said, Marvin, see now they messing with you. Go put a GoFundMe out.
The GoFundMe cut, huh? I got you.
We doing what we do, folks. This is the conversations that we have. We growing exponentially. We reaching the right audiences, and when we go to events and we tell folks what we do and what we stand for, it resonates. And we got some folks that really want to jump in and be a part of this. So we gonna keep doing what we do. You can heckle, you can troll, you can comment, you can support, you can do all those things. We love it either way because it just helps build our brand. The fact that we're rising above the noise and the fact that we're actually giving you something that matters. I mean, like that workshop that Montell Allen just gave you. There'll be
Yeah.
a
Oh
quiz
man.
next week on our next show. So if you don't remember, go watch the
No,
replay and come back with some questions.
man.
Montel,
If we
take us
don't get
home,
no
brother.
hate, we don't get no hate. We ain't doing it right, right? So we got to get some somewhere. That's all good. I don't mind that, and I don't mind debating with anyone.
Yeah.
So if they ever ask a question about it, but the good thing, hey, any one of you guys out there, I am the on the board of trustees for the Charles James Foundation. We're now currently taking donations to give scholarships to high school students for the class of 2025, or the class 2026 is coming up, in order for them to go ahead and achieve their goals as well. If you guys have the kindness to donate, please put it out there. Donate to us. A dollar, a nickel, I don't care, anything will be helpful. We just want to make sure we get kids off in the right way and donate to the right cause and make sure we help them pay a little bit of tuition because every little bit helps when a lot of us are trying to go to college and do those things. So that's one thing. Other thing, man, again, weather's changing, it's getting cold. Check up on your loved ones, please. Your friends and loved ones, man. Shoot them a quick text, make sure they're okay, make sure they're all right. Be that voice, man, because you never know. You can deter them from doing something really bad themselves if they're in a dark place, or you can just brighten somebody's day, just making them smile. Everything's all good all the way around. And again, please, man, get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations because that's how we learn. Peace.
That's it.
Team no sleep, we up all night. Montell and James keep the convo tight. Sports and culture where they collide. Tune in, lock in, let's take that ride. To Mike, to King, no snooze allowed. From the court to the block, we speak it loud. Social impact where the game align. Crossovers and causes intertwined. We the voice from the streets to arenas. Breaking down plays from LeBron to Serena. Whistle blow when the world reacts. Sports and the struggle, the cold hard facts. Team no sleep, we talking real deep, real deep. Hip hop, sports, no counting sheet, counting sheet. No the field to the booth, we tell the truth, tell the truth. Team no sleep, we bring